enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion, the very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses, while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Mateo, report.
The Chaos Forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You're finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
No such thing as innocence. only degrees of guilt.
Ever vigilant.
Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you ask.
What are your needs?
My knowledge is at your disposal.
No servant of the
What
Emperor
is
shall
your
fall
will?
if I can help it. Direct me to the injured. The enemy is
There is no
attacking!
such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
How did I say?
Your will.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
For the Emperor!
Knowledge is power.
Yes, my
Guide it
lord.
well. My knowledge is at your disposal.
Yes, Lord. Yes, most beneficent one.
Scouts reporting for position. Scouts reporting for duty. Scouts here, infiltrating enemy
Marine
territory.
squad deployed. Faith is our mission accomplished.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Fear denies faith.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Position secure. Yes, my lord. At your command. Strategic point identified. Position secure.
Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you ask. Yes, most beneficent one.
At your command.
Consolidating position on the objective.
Strategic point identified.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
To the skies.
Charge!
Under fire.
None can stand before us.
At your command. What is your order?
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Faith is our shield.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. I can sense the enemy. They are close.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
I await your instructions. I will do as you ask. I will do as you ask.
I stand
Praise the Emperor, for the Emperor.
knowledge is power.
Scouts in position. Area secured.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
At your command.
Scouts ready. Scouts awaiting orders.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Scouts ready. Infiltrating enemy territory. On patrol.
In the coming oblivion.
Scouts charge.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated. I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated. Yes, most beneficent one.
Scouts in position.
Death from above. How can I serve? Direct me to the injured. No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. We stand ready. Onward to glory! Orders received.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Fear denies faith.
Yes, most beneficent one. With all due haste. Here to serve. With all due haste. I will do as you ask. Yes, Lord? With all due haste.
At your command. Heresy grows from idleness. Activating jump pack. Taking down airship base burn.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. Feel my wrath.
Regroup.
With courage and honor.
At your command. We will crush the enemies of the Imperium.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Ever vigilant. What's your order? Thank you, Hush. Our main holds for the Emperor. Commencing attack. Take and hold. Direct us to the enemy. The battlefield awaits. No servant of
At
the
your
Emperor
command.
shall fall if I can help
Scouts
it.
ready.
Yes, my lord.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Awaiting orders. Defending objective. Initiating attack protocol 23. Taking heavy fire. Orders received.
Yes, Lord. Initializing build protocol.
Ever vigilant. Taking haste. Marine squad deployed. Attack protocol 23. Orders received, brother.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
What's your order?
Yes, Lord.
Heresy grows from idleness. We stand ready.
Yes, most beneficent one. With all due haste.
Secure. Heresy grows from idleness. Stay vigilant, brothers. None shall stop us. Taking damage. Commencing attack. Onward to glory!
Here to serve.
Ever vigilant. We stand ready.
Here to serve.
I am ready to serve. Again.
Fear denies faith.
Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol.
Defending objectives. Ever vigilant. Orders received. Is attacking.
Even in death I still serve.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Attacking as ordered. Under fire! Activating jump pack. Orders received. We stand ready. Orders received. Cleanse, purge, kill!
At last, back to war.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath,
Claim it in the name of the Emperor. Kill. Under fire. Heresy grows from idleness.
on alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Praise the Emperor.
What's your order? Attacking as ordered. Under fire. None shall stop us. Destroy the armor. None shall stop us. Fall back. Initiating attack protocol level 3. Securing objective. To the skies. Ever vigilant. Weapons at ready. It is time. Returning to battle.
The Emperor protects.
Taking damage. Yes, my lord. To the skies.
Praise the Emperor.
Taking heavy fire.
At your command.
What's your order? Maintain attack formation. Claim it in the name of the Emperor. We stand ready.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721
On alert,
initiated.
brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose?
What's your order? Position secure. We are the Emperor's chosen. We stand ready.
My faith is my shield.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Scouts here.
Position secure. Faith is our shield. We are the Emperor's chosen. Spotted by
Command me.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred
We
and
are the
unguarded.
Emperor's
He
chosen.
who stands with me shall be my brother.
Hope is the first step on the road to
Heresy
disappointment.
grows from idleness. Moving out. Weapons at ready. It is time. Yes, my lord. Fear denies faith. Stay vigilant, brothers. Fear denies faith.
Into the maelstrom of battle! Deploy behind enemy lines! Keep striking!
Fear not the Psyker.
What's your order? Weapons at ready. It is time.
What is your will?
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated. What is your will? What is your will?
What's your order? Ever vigilant.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Awaiting orders. Orders damage.
await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
Deep striking.
Predator deployed.
Into the maelstrom of battle.
Here to serve. With all due haste.
Predator at your command.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Awaiting orders.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Predator deployed at your command. Approaching target.
Yes, Lord.
Marine
I
squad
await
deployed.
your instructions. Initializing build protocol.
Predator tank here.
Awaiting orders. Orders received. Apothecary here. Moving out.
I await your instructions.
Heresy.
The outpost is secure.
The doors to this temple were designed to stop all but the most violent impacts. To bring them down,
Here to serve.
we'll need the power of hellfires and predators.
We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, my brothers.
We have been blessed by the power of the Land Raiders. Seek the privilege of their service at the machine cult.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Direct us to the Emperor.
Predator tank here.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord.
An open mind is like a fortress
Faith
with
is our
its gates
shield.
unbarred and unguarded.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Predator at your command. Moving out.
Yes, my lord.
Predator tank here.
The enemy is attacking.
Predator at your command. Predator tank here.
Moving out. At your command. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Predator tank here.
Fear denies faith.
I await your instructions. Here to serve. As you wish.
The enemy is attacking.
Deep striking. Deep striking.
He who stands with me shall be. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Beware.
Strategic point identified.
maelstrom of battle! Into the maelstrom of battle! The Emperor's finest, reporting!
Predator tank here. Land Raider at your disposal. The machine spirit is prepared.
Under fire!
Predator tank here.
Maintain it and leave it standing. Heavy fire! Destroy the armor!
Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider
For
deployed.
the Emperor!
The machine spirit shall protect us. Death has arrived. Land Raider armored transport here.
Terminator's ready.
Land Raider armored transport here. Predator tank here.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
What is your will?
Understood. Taking damage.
Land Raider armored transport here. Land Raider armored transport here.
I have awoken.
We stand ready.
Predator tank here.
Cleanse, purge, kill.
Yes, Lord?
Terminator's ready.
As you wish.
Land Raider armored transport here.
We stand ready.
Command me. Moving out.
I await your instructions.
Taking hits.
Here to serve.
Land Raider armored transport here.
Deep striking. Where do you need us most? Once more, we go to battle. We seek the enemy. We await your command. Your will? Faith is eternal.
Predator tank here. Predator tank
Taking
here.
damage.
Your will?
At your command.
Command me. At last, back to war.
What would you have me do? For the honor of the chapter. Faith and duty. For the glory of the Emperor. We are united in his service. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. We are united in his service. I serve mankind. For the glory of the Emperor. My faith is my shield. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Yes.
Land Raider armored transport.
Taking heavy fire.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Follow me into battle.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Destroy the armor.
Land Raider at your disposal.
Fall back.
Land Raider armored transport here.
By my command. Attack! Space Marines, advance! By my command. Attack! By my command. Attack! My aim shall not falter. We are united in his service. I serve mankind. My aim shall not falter.
Land Raider armored transport here.
By my command. Attack! I shall not fail.
Land Raider at your disposal. Land Raider at your disposal.
Faith and duty. We are united in his service. The doors are broken. My aim shall not falter before they can finish.
Sir, the Imperial Guard have arrived.
Victory is ours. Wait, why did they not attack? What betrayal is this? Space Marines, cleanse these heretics. Follow me into battle. My aim shall not falter. To me, my brother!
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The Guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor Guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there, for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne. and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men!
Better they die, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the warp storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived.
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary, a key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone called the Maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the Maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hit the markers and buried the Maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence, and we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the Maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the warp storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the Maledictum.
They are weak and terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking.
The maledictum is mine.